All right, it's 5:05 and we start.
Yes, Nilesh, please.
So good evening, everyone, and warm welcome for 14th webinar by Bassein Christian Business Association, an initiative of Bassein Christian Foundation. As I just explained, we had 13 online knowledge sharing sessions, 7 monthly meetings of BCPA, and 4 virtual site visits through Zoom application so far. Before we commence the proceedings, a gentle reminder and request to all of you to keep your surroundings on silent mode and then move to a better internet zone. BCPA म्हणजे एका चळवळीचा प्रवास, ख्रिश्चन उद्योजक आणि व्यावसायिकांचा, एका स्वप्नाचा, उपलब्ध संसाधनांचा वापर करून आपल्या समुदायासाठी उद्योजकता कौशल्य तयार करणे आणि एकमेकांची वाढ करणे, पारदर्शकता, वचनबद्धता, उत्कृष्टता आणि विश्वास या तत्वांवर. So let us begin the meeting and the webinar with prayer, and I request Herman D'Souza to lead us in prayer.
आपण प्रार्थना करूया. हे प्रेमळ पित्या, आम्हा वसईतील सर्व ख्रिश्चन व्यावसायिकांना बसीन ख्रिश्चन बिझनेस असोसिएशनच्या नावाने एकत्रित केल्याबद्दल आम्ही तुझे आभार मानतो. आमच्या असोसिएशनच्या पदाधिकाऱ्यांना तू दूरदृष्टी आणि कृपा दे. त्यांना आलेल्या संकटावर मात करून सभासदांना चांगल्या तऱ्हेने मार्गदर्शन व प्रेरणा द्यावी म्हणून तुझी विशेष कृपा दे. हे प्रभू येशू, तुझ्या नावाने सभासदांनी ख्रिस्ती मूल्यानुसार एकजुटीने एकमेकांसाठी व्यवसाय संधी निर्माण करून मदत करावी व व्यावसायिक समृद्धी बरोबरच आमची आध्यात्मिक प्रगती व्हावी म्हणून तुझी विशेष कृपा आम्हास दे. हे पवित्र आत्म्या, आमच्या भावी पिढीतील मुलांना आम्ही आदर्श बनावे. आमच्या व्यावसायिक कार्याद्वारे वसईची व सर्व सभासदांची उत्तरोत्तर प्रगती व्हावी अशी प्रार्थना आम्ही तुझकडे करतो. हे आमच्या स्वर्गीय बापा, तुझे नाव पवित्र मानले जाओ. तुझे राज्य हो, जसे स्वर्गात तसेच पृथ्वीवरही तुझे इच्छेप्रमाणे हो. आमची दररोजची भाकर तू आज आम्हास दे. जसे आम्ही आमच्या अपराध करणाऱ्यांना क्षमा करतो तसेच तूही आमच्या अपराधांची क्षमा कर. आम्हाला मोहात पडू देऊ नकोस, पण वाईटापासून आम्हाला सोडव. आमेन.
Thank you, Arman sir.
Nilesh sir, just 1 second, I would like to tell you a few words. When I requested Emrys sir for this webinar, and I asked him about and said that you should take this topic, he initially refused. He said, "No, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an architect. You should get this done by these professionals." But I requested them, "Sir, you are a builder, you are a developer, and you are quite famous in Vasai area. So I think you should take this up. We are not interested in the legalities or the details point, but we just want to know the journey from a landowner to the property developer." Thank you once again, Emrys sir, for accepting this offer on behalf of BCPA. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Over to Nilesh sir.
Thank you, Arman sir. Now I invite our member Colin Sequeira to introduce BCPA.
Thank you, Nilesh sir. Basically, BCPA has been formed and commenced working in September 2016. It has been registered for charitable purpose under Societies Registration Act. The objective has been to unite Christian business persons and to create possibilities of self-employment for the society. Who can join? Any Christian person with business or an aspiring businessman or a student or a desire for business. By the way, I'm proud to mention that we are currently at a strength of around 300 plus registered members, and registration is possible online for new members at www.bcba.co.in/register. We have monthly networking meeting for members, and we have completed 49 meetings as of this month. And the grand Golden Jubilee meeting is going to be held the next month in the month of November. We have had webinars and member presentations in spite of the lockdown through Zoom, and stalls and discounts and sense of belonging is to always be there throughout these 49 meetings. Thank you, one and all. Thank you. Over to you, Nilesh, sir.
Thank you, Colin. Now, just to introduce today's participants who have registered for the webinar today. We have Harman D'Souza from Harman Homes. We have Samson Gomes from Safety Metal Doors. We have Nilesh Managers, that's myself from NM Consulting. We have David DeMonte from Giving Best Solutions. We have Pius Miranda from Sky Broadband and Miranda Estate. We have Besti Ruben from Immigration and Education Services. We have Diana Satam from Neil Consultancy. We have Colin Sequeira from D'Souza's Best Home. We have Michael Lopez from Paul Ventures. We have Rakesh D'Souza from RIA Developers. John Pinto from TechFlow Engineers. King Edward from King Edward Entertainers. We have Amita Carvalho from Amita's Classes. Raymond D'Souza from Passionpreneur, Turning Passion into Prosperity. We have Roseanne Martin from Immigration and Education Services. We have Michelle Lopez, who is a professional. We have Alex Noronna from Solutions. We have Satej Menezes from Sunpra. And we have Neil Coutinho from Maryland Developers. As well as we have some of the participants who came directly without registration. We welcome them. We have few guests and we welcome all those guests. Thank you. So over to Besti to introduce today's speaker.
Thank you, Nilesh. It is my great pleasure to welcome and introduce the speaker for today, Emerald Sequeira. He is a corporate communications specialist looking after public relations and advertising with leading multinationals for 28 years. Parallelly, he ran real estate business for the last 10 years. He is focusing to drive this real estate business, leaving behind his corporate life. Currently, he handles multiple buildings and bungalow projects in Vasai and small projects in Goa as well. He is passionate about social work and the driving force behind blood donations in Vasai. We are very proud to welcome, and we have the honor to have as the speaker for the 14th webinar, Founder Director of Rebecca Group, BCBN, Emerald Sequeira. Welcome,
Thank
sir,
you.
and over to you.
Thank you, Besti. Thank you so much. Nilesh, this slide has jumped. Okay. So about me, I'm not going to repeat it. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. You are loud and clear.
Loud and clear. I'm not going to introduce myself because that will be tom-tomming myself. Just that we have about 4 buildings in Vasai, 17 bungalow projects happening, 2 bungalows in Goa. And I also professionally manage some properties for some property holders. Okay, today's presentation is about broad guidelines pertaining to what we popularly call it as CC or commencement certificate. How do we get to the stage of obtaining a commencement certificate? Next slide, please. Before you even get on to the business or idea, first go ahead and get a lawyer for yourself. There are many here in this group who have been dealing in this business for past many years and have repented for not having a proper lawyer. I keep repeating, get a lawyer, and in brackets, a proper lawyer, a lawyer who can give you a holistic view about the entire project, not just a lawyer who can read a Satbara or a 7/12 extract, but a lawyer who can give you a holistic from start to the end of the project. That's very important. Another step is that land has many zones related in Vasai. We have residential zone, we have the green zone, we have industrial zone. All these zones, the lawyer will help you identify it. And different zones have different rules and regulation governing them. Okay. You also need to have all the FAIRFARs. These are all basics that go into studying about the land. Please note that any land that needs to be developed has to be different in your name. What they call is Akar Code in our local parlance. Okay. We also need to do NA or non-agriculture, which is faster these days, but costs you around the same amount of money that used to cost earlier times. We also need to have a physical survey. Now, please remember, when a physical survey is being done, if you have a lawyer or you have an architect on board, he will suggest that along with the physical survey, please also get a level survey done. There's also a government survey that needs to be done, which is called TILR, which is very important, because for all government related work, only the TILR is considered, not your physical survey. Okay. We also need to have a search report for the land to be marked clear and marketable title. Again, I repeat, please get a lawyer who understands land records and related papers. If you don't have one, I will suggest someone. There is a member, BCBA member, who is not very active, but nevertheless he is a member. He consults with very big projects in Mumbai. He consults with Hiranandani. He consults with other top builders of Vasai. He is now available here in Vasai. His name is Walter D'Souza. He is a member. I'm sure there are other lawyers in our group. I am not trying to take but I'm not selling Walter D'Souza, but this is the gentleman that I have been going to in the recent times. Next slide, please. The next step is to get a proper architect. An architect who will consult you, who has a holistic knowledge about the entire thing. Architect is not somebody who can, sit with you with the physical survey and give you a drawing of the building, etc. He has to be a VVCMC specialist. He has to be in tune with the latest rules and regulations. He has to have the proper knowledge. Again, if you don't have one, I'm sure there are many architects in our group as well, but he has to have a holistic knowledge who will guide you from the start of the project till the end of the project. Okay. We also need to look at what you plan to do in the land. Are you planning to build flats? Are you planning to build bungalows, or only commercial, or is it a mixed match? Okay. Is it a mixed match? For example, if we didn't have a proper architect, we had a project called, which was given permission for a ground plus 4 floors. And with the latest rules, we are buying TDR, so that the project will now increase to G+7, ground plus 7. But we did not know that there needs to be a second staircase. We did not know there needs to be a refuge area. This we were not told earlier. But should we had a proper architect, he may have told us, and that we would have kind of built the expenses in the project report. The most important part of it is you have land. Now you have to fully exploit the full potential of the land, the base land. Okay. You also need a search report that gives you a title, issues with the title. You need to have a soil testing. Soil testing is necessary because your foundation is based on this kind of soil that is existing there. There has to be water harvesting. Tree NOC, this is a big subject. Now, if you cut one tree, you have to plant multiple trees and you have to make sure that they survive for the next 3 years. I think the ratio is every tree that you cut, you have to plant 10 trees. There's also another option here that you can pay the VVCMC officially, and you can get away with cutting of trees. TDR option is something that you need to evaluate at the beginning of the project. And this is where the proper architect or an architect with proper knowledge or VVCMC related architect knowledge comes into play. We can buy TDR in the open market. Then also there is another thing called fungible FSI, where you pay the corporation directly. You don't need to buy a TDR, you pay the corporation a certain amount of premium, and the corporation grants you the FSI. So that is an additional FSI that you can avail of for your project. Another point that I wish to make is that you need to have a proper accountant in place. Now, when I mean accountant, it is not your CA. A CA will do the statutory requirements, filing of returns, etc. But you need to have a project management. An accountant who can give you a total overview or a bird's eye view of the project manager from start to end. The reason why I'm telling you all this, because I have suffered. I have made a loss. I have suffered till recently, around 6 months ago, I made a loss in a project. Okay. Luckily, the loss wasn't much, but the loss was in terms of a lot of time that we lost. We lost a little bit of money. And that's only because I did not have a proper accountant who could give me the overview of the project. Okay. This is one of the reasons. We have some people here. There is Nilesh Menezes who's helping me in my business. And he is appreciated not only by me, but my partners as well. I am not selling Nilesh Menezes. I'm only saying this about him because I happen to work with him. Okay. See, the earlier idea that Bajaj is to make scooters. So the way they assembled scooters was that, okay, cost of this part, that part, cost of the tires, etc. And okay, it costs us 50,000 rupees to put together the scooter. Now add about 15% profit and you sell it to them. So sell the scooter for around 60,000 rupees. Things have changed. Now you have to work backward. That is where an accountant or a project management part comes in. Today, the cost of the scooter is decided first. Like a cost of the flat is decided by the market rate. So you have to work backwards as to how much you can pay for the land, how much you can pay the laborers, how much you can pay the contractor, what is your margin, etc. You have to work backward. That is exactly where the project management part comes in. Let's look at the role of the architect. An architect, we also have RCC consultants. Many big projects, what they do is they have a mix match of the liaison architect, because VVCMC is a subject in itself. There is a lot of liaison that needs to be done with the VVCMC. Okay. Vasai Virar City Municipal Corporation, that's the corporation which is the body that gives you the permission. Okay. Most big projects do that. They have a structural architect and they have a liaison architect. Okay. He also makes drawings. He submits them. Okay. Most important part of it, again, we come to the building height. Again, the potential of the base land decides the building height, etc. You cannot, some people come and say, you can build a tower here. You cannot. There are certain rules and regulations that have to be met. And all this, an architect, only an architect can tell you all this. Okay. There is this side open space, again, plays a very important role. Parking requirement. For example, you have in Singapore, if you have to buy a car, first you have to give a proof that you have a parking space. Okay. Then you have to buy a permit from the government of Singapore to buy a car. And then you end up buying a car. Okay. In the same way, the buildings in Vasai Virar City Municipal Corporation are subject to parking rules and regulations. Every flat now, they insist on a parking, or there is a proportion. Okay, so the parking is very important. That's the reason you see a lot of stack parkings in some of the buildings. Now, there are various stages that the architect goes through with VVCMC. We have a different slide there. The corporation charges you at different phases, okay, up to completion certificate, X amount of money. Then you have a plain completion certificate, X amount of money. Another most important part of it is that you have to look at shortlisting a proper a contractor whom you can relate to. Now, there are various contracts that one can take. There is a lock and key where you don't have to really bother about anything. You just decide on what you want and the contractor gives you a rate per square feet. Then there is a contractor who works only on labor. You supply the material, he does it. And there is a mix match. Okay. Now, broadly, next slide, stages are barabar here. Broad stages when your file is submitted by the architect at VVCMC. These are broad. There is a, as we say, na, ki kiti table our file firal lagte. So it is, one is legal. This is the most important part of it, where the scrutiny is done whether the land belongs to you, the developer. Then there is a fire department. There is a tree NOC. After all this, there is a visit by the officer to the site. After that, there is scrutiny, second engineer, municipal engineer, it goes there. Then we have a deputy director, town planner, who looks into your file. Then finally, the commissioner signs the commencement certificate. Okay, when you get the commencement certificate, it is time to distribute PEDAs. Okay. Now, once you have the commencement certificate, this is where your job starts. You start constructing as per the approved drawing. Okay, only till the plinth level. Next slide, Nilesh. You start constructing only till the plinth level. You cannot go beyond that. Around this time, you have to get your sale plan ready, because you have to now start selling, or you may have started selling much before. But please remember, you should have a sale plan ready so that you can start hawking your projects. Once you have the commencement certificate, you have to get your unit registered with RERA. Any building which has 8 units or which is 500 square meters. Now we are looking at RERA at a different slide. Any unit which has minimum of 8 units or 500 square meters, which translates to around 5 gunthas, you have to register with RERA. Okay. Once you complete the plinth, you have to apply to the corporation for your plinth completion certificate. Again, there are other stages in which your architect will guide you. There is a TLR, there are multiple things that you have to satisfy before your file goes in for plinth completion certificate. Once that is done, once the plinth completion certificate is done, again time to distribute PEDAs. You start constructing your flats or building or bungalow, whatever. Now, in this phase, you have to keep in touch with the structural engineer, because many a times what happens is the contractor goes about building it without really consulting the structural engineer. So you have to make sure that the contractor is building as per the structural engineer's approved drawing, not using his own knowledge on this. Okay. At the end of it, you have a what we call is occupancy certificate. Now again, occupancy certificate is basically the corporation will see whether this place is fit for living. On the bottom right hand side, there is a long list of to-dos that you have to satisfy before the occupancy certificate is granted. Okay, so it's not that easy. There is firefighting, there's water, electricity, grills. If there is a recreation area, have you added to that? NATLR, GST payment, all this has to be looked into. Okay, next slide. We look at what a monster called RERA. Many people may have told you that RERA is a monster, it troubles us. Many people who are in the business of selling, okay, they call RERA as a monster. Let's look at what RERA is all about. Any unit or any building that is 500 square meters, which is around 5 gunthas, or 8 units, whichever is minimum. So if you have 8 units in 3 gunthas, you still qualify that. Okay. All commercial and residential projects have to register, except if you've received a OC before that you don't have to. If it is renovation or repairs, etc. of existing building that does not require marketing, you can go ahead. Otherwise, you have to register. Now, failure to comply means stringent penalties, and the penalties range from 5 to 10% of the project cost. So please bear in mind, if you are under RERA, you have to make sure that you are adhering, you are following all the rules and regulations of RERA. There are many brokers or agents in our BCBA group. Brokers also need to be registered. Otherwise, they will not be liable to receive payments from the builders, official payments. Okay. So if any broker needs help in registering yourself, please let me know. I will be able to guide you. Okay. RERA again needs periodic updation, that a quarterly updation that a RERA needs. Every time you sell a flat, every 3 months, you have to inform them. You have to inform them about the stages of work. Okay. This also means that if you don't inform them, the banks will not release your payments, because under RERA, you have to deposit all checks under a escrow account. Once you deposit the check under escrow account, only 30% is diverted to your account for you to use. The balance 70% is retained unless and until your architect gives a certificate, after which the CA works out the kind of proportion that to be released, after which the bank on receiving the CS certificate releases you the balance from the 70%. So please bear in mind that there is periodic updation. Now, RERA is heavily in favor of the consumer. Please don't forget that. But it is fair. The total RERA Act or whatever that you are dealing is absolutely fair from the point of consumer as well as the builder. There are rules and regulations that also protect the builder, but it is heavily skewed towards the consumer. Next slide. Now, to get yourself registered under RERA, there are lots of information that you need. Basically, information about the entire project. You have general information, you have organization name. They ask you about your past experience. They ask you about your project details. Basically, entire project Kundali jana banto apan. They say Kundali of the project has to be registered. So RERA has all the details, including your bankers, your CA, your lawyers, everything. They even want to know whether there is any litigation, etc. Okay, all the documents have to be scanned and uploaded. Okay, you have to pay fees, and then once you are registered, you go ahead with the work of yours. Unless you are registered, you cannot go ahead with the work. You can go ahead with the work, but you cannot sell it. So you first and foremost, please register your projects with RERA. It is not a very costly proposition. It is a bit tedious process, but that's not a problem. Anybody needs any help, I could help in this as well. Okay, if there are any disputes, RERA helps to solve these disputes. Again, brokers, agents in our group need to be registered. Please bear that in mind, because going forward, projects will not be able to pay your brokerage fees unless you're a registered broker. Okay. Next slide. What we are doing here is we are going through a lot of macro points. We are not going into details because it gets very boring, it's very tedious, etc. Anybody wants any clarification may call me directly or can ask questions later on, etc. Okay, I could take a one-on-one with anybody who wants more details on this. Now, things that matter most, please don't take shortcuts. Just not done. There are many touts around. Many people who come, हम लोग ये setting करेगा, नहीं होता है setting. Sorry guys. जिसने setting किया अपने group में, please ask yourself a question: did it really work for you? I see a lot of builders, members from our group, including me, in Vasai codes. Is it worth it? So please don't take any shortcuts. Take the knowledge of experts. As Herman said, ki Baba, I told him I am not an expert. I use the knowledge of my lawyer. I use the knowledge of my CA. I use the knowledge of my project management specialist. I use the knowledge of my other people who are architect, etc. I don't use my knowledge. I put together everything, and as a businessman, I drive it. So please don't use your own knowledge. You don't have none. Okay. So these are specialists. Please make use of them. Unauthorized work. There is a lot of discussion that unauthorized work pays. Many people, you must have heard that people say that, you know, he did an unauthorized building and he lost 5 years of his life. Well, I tell these people that I do authorized work. Not that I have not done unauthorized work. I have done unauthorized work and I have suffered. And I have made changes to my way of working. That we only do now authorized work. So if you do authorized work, you look about 7 years of your life. It's doing authorized work is not easy, but it definitely pays in the long run. Trust only your architect, lawyer, CA, project management. Just follow rules and regulations. Don't move anywhere apart from the path that has been defined. Now, if you see a commencement certificate, any commencement certificate, the first sentence in the commencement certificate, it says CC or the commencement certificate is liable to be revoked if any of the conditions subject to which the CC is granted are not adhered to. That means if they give you a CC and if they think or if they come to know that certain papers that you have given are forged, they will cancel the CC and you will be left high and dry. Okay. Again, the RERA part of it, keep a hawk's eye on this. Okay. The RERA site, their updation, etc. You have to be very vigilant about it. There are many in the group who say कि अरे builder लोग बहुत पैसा बनाता है. I don't think so builder log paisa banata hai. The return of investment on this business is not more than 15%. Unless you've got the land very cheap, or unless you have land that your family owned land. Now to sum it up, there are 4 or 5 pillars to your business, this particular business. One is a lawyer. The second one is an architect. The third person who makes a lot of difference to this business is accounts. And then I'm not talking about statutory accounts. I'm talking about a person who will give you an overview of this thing, who will raise a red flag the moment you seem to go on the different or wrong path. That's the accountant. And the fourth part is the contractor. These 4 elements, if you have them right, if you get them right, your project will see a lot of success. Okay. So that's more or less about how from raw land to a completed building or to a completed bungalow one can proceed. Now, as Rebecca Ventures, we are looking to attract investors in our existing projects, basically diluting our share so that we can fuel growth. We have many projects coming our way, and we have certain projects which we could dilute our shares and move ahead. So my questions to some of the members is, do you want to be a builder? That's my question. Now, we have certain, benefits for an investor. So the investor drives the project himself. The investment money can be as little as 10 lakh rupees. Okay. Right now we have about 4 building projects. We've added about, today I registered buying of TDR. So we've added another 24 flats to our projects today. We have something happening in Goa as well. We have a few things in the pipeline. So we also give support. For example, many families have land, family land. If you wish to develop that, we could help. If you, we also do a lot of correctional documentation where your land can be made clear and marketable services. So we offer a basket of services. Having acquired so much knowledge over a period of last 20 odd years or 25 years that I'm in this business, and with a lot of professionals, we are in a position to offer you a basket of services. So that's in short how you can move from. These are some of the photographs of the buildings and bungalow projects that we are currently doing. If you have any questions, I don't mind taking them right now. If not, then we move into the next stage. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Nilesh, sir, over to you.
Yeah, we can have a few questions if possible. Alex, you wanted to ask anything right now?
No, it's not yet.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Sir, if you could guide us, what were the biggest challenges that you faced?
The biggest challenge I face every single day is not to take shortcuts. As a builder, many builders in the business, my colleagues, they take shortcuts. They're most unethical in their behavior towards their employees, towards their stakeholders. Colin will support me on this, or he'll second that thought. The most unethical business practices, because the most important part is pehla builder manje kay ta chor aahe. So that is a mindset that we all work under, and that is a basic minus. Builder manje kay chor. So that is the biggest challenge. I'm not saying that the builders don't commit mistakes, but the mistakes are sometimes of commission as well as omission also. So the challenge is to stay on the right path, the path of righteousness, what is right. That's the reason I keep harping on, get a proper lawyer, get a proper architect, get a proper CA. Okay. Don't cheat on anything. Okay. You can bend the rules, but don't break them. So that is the biggest challenge that I face every single day.
Sir, one question from me. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Sir, how has the property business been affected in this time?
See the property during the lockdown.
Yes.
See, property is a cyclical. Property business is cyclical. Number one. Number two. See, we are very small players. The international cycles or the cycles of the bigger builders should not affect us in Vasai. Property rates in Vasai have not gone down. If you try to sell a property, they will want to buy it for as little as possible. But try to buy one and you will not get at a price that they want to buy your property. So it has not affected. It may have a 8-month, because everything stopped for the 8 months of lockdown period. So it may have some 8-month delay, but it has not really affected the market. It is now picking up. People are a little bit of cautious about spending. There will not be many investors in the field for some time, because it will take them time for them to gain confidence. So go after the retail users, the real users, and you will survive. We just sold a flat yesterday. We just bought TDR for 24 flats, small flats today. So we are very bullish about the entire market. If we weren't, we would not have bought it.
Okay.
Emerald, I have a question. This is Alex here. Good evening. How are you? Your presentation was good. I want to ask you, has RERA really made a difference in coming?
It has made a lot of difference for the consumer.
That is?
It has also made a difference for the builder. Because for the first time, we see builders behaving themselves.
Good.
So what is RERA trying to tell you? RERA is saying that if you take 10 lakh rupees from this consumer, you have to utilize that 10 lakh rupees for that particular project only.
Good.
That is the base of the RERA. What builders did earlier, in fact, including me, was take the 10 lakh rupees, spend 2 lakhs on the existing project and use the 8 lakhs for some buying of other project.
Rotation.
And in the bargain, the existing project suffers.
Correct. Thank you.
So, पैसा जो project में लिया है उसी में दिखाओ. Otherwise, they don't release the money. Only 30% is released to you, which is your land cost.
I have one question.
Yeah.
Actually, Emerald sir, you have delivered very systematic position. So we understood all the things what you said, because there is no question to ask. But I have one curiosity about FSI.
Yes.
Is this FSI is same for all our Vasai Virar city, or is a different, and how much it is now at this moment?
See, FSI depends on the land category. There are many categories to land. One is the green zone, there's the industrial zone. Okay. Then there's a residential zone. Today, the residential zone FSI is 1:1. The green zone FSI is 30%. They have some, I think it's going to be increased to 1.10 very soon for residential zone. But then again, there are other conditions. For example, if your land is touching the main road, a DP road, then there could be more FSI given. Okay. So there are different rules affecting. Generally, 1:1 for residential zone, 30% for green zone.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Thanks a lot, sir, for sharing your learnings with us. And I request Pius Miranda, sir, to go ahead.
Nilesh, we cannot hear you.
Hello.
Now I can hear you.
Much better. Yes. Thank you. Thanks a lot for sharing this knowledge with us.
Yes. Welcome.
Yeah, which we have acquired.
Thank you. This is all practical. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. This is all practical knowledge acquired over a period of last 20 odd years.
Sure, sure. So I request Pius Miranda sir to go ahead with Thanksgiving.
Nilesh, your voice is very low. Can you come nearer to the mic?
Soft, soft.
Yeah, I'm trying my level best to make it maximum.
Better now, better.
Now it's better.
All right, all right. Pius Miranda, sir.
Oh, yeah. Thank you very much, Emerald.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Emerald is a person who we know from childhood and from the school days. He has always been a hero and a great athlete of St. Augustine. After that, even in his college days. And at the same time, very sporting nature. And he's always ready to help others, even in social work. And one good quality I would like to tell about him was this, in our BCBA, I observed one thing, he always encourage others and promote others' product. आपलं असं नसलं पाहिजे की बाबा माझा भरला आता मला काय करायचंय. But he is always there. So thank you very much for guiding us. It was very knowledgeable. Thanks committee members for taking so much efforts in making this a successful webinar. Thanks BCBA members for attending the meeting, and thanks everyone. Nilesh, over to Nilesh.
Thank you, Pius sir.
Thank you.
And as we discussed before the start of meeting, we have completed say 14 webinars, 4 site visits, and 49 monthly meetings. And next month, on 13th of November, we have our 50th meeting. So BCBA will celebrate its 50th monthly meeting. So we have good plans. Initially, we had plans to have a physical meeting, but we are not sure whether that is happening or not. We have our member, Vikas Lopez from VV Decorators, who have offered his hall. But we are still not clear whether we are going to have it physical or we'll have online, but mostly we'll have it online. So I request all the members present here to remain present for that meeting. For 50th meeting, आपला जी वेळ असेल ती संध्याकाळची 6 वाजताची असेल, 6 ते 7:30 असा आपला हा टाइम असेल. And I request all the members to be there. जे आता present आहेत, they should also be there. Along with them, please ensure that you get at least one member along with you. So ही 50th meeting आहे, थोडंसं आपण काहीतरी different plan करत आहोत त्याच्यासाठी. सो त्याच्यासाठी आपण त्या मीटिंग साठी हजर राहू. कदाचित नॉर्मल मीटिंग नसेल, कदाचित थोडंसं डिफरंट आहे, 1.5 तासाची मीटिंग असेल. सो असा आपला प्लॅन आहे. अँड देन सबसिक्वेंटली वन्स दिस लॉकडाऊन इज ओपन फुल्ली, सो विल ट्राय टू हॅव फिजिकल मीटिंग समटाइम इन डिसेंबर. So that's it from my side. Have a good weekend and good night.
Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone.